It's so hot!
Now.
It's so hot. Hello, and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. What actual temperature is it, David? Because I'm about to say it's 34.
It's not 34.
What is it then?
So at the minute,
It's so hot.
it's 22 degrees.
It's not. It's 22 degrees outside. We live in a south-facing with big west-facing windows flat, and it is absolutely boiling in here. It is hot. Hot stuff. And today I'm going to be doing a tag that was created by the wonderful Amy Jane Smith. So I will link her channel and her original video below. Go check it out because she's got a wonderful channel. I did a shout out for her recently. Holla! And I like the way I'm really presenting the fact that I'm glossing over the fact how hot I actually am. I really am boiling. And she's got a wonderful channel. She invented this tag, very good. It's called the Summer Reading Tag. Now, I'll go straight out at the beginning and say I hate summer. But I like a new original tag, and I'm going to be doing that tag. For the purposes of the tag, it talks about summer as a happy, sunny, lovely time of the year, which some people, the majority of people, agree with. You can see my hair's falling out because of the humidity. David and I do not agree with this. We both hate summer, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
What do you hate most about summer?
Oh.
Oh, that's how I feel. Oh, can't sleep at night, don't like wearing summer clothes. I like Christmas, I don't like it being hot. I don't like not being able to put my oven on because it makes the flat too hot, etc, etc. We don't like Christmas. We do like Christmas. We don't like summer. I just heard that Pokemon noise on the camera, and so did everybody else. David's playing Pokemon. So, in this reading tag, we'll talk about summer being a lovely time of year. But David and I just want to get it out there from the very beginning. We do not like summer. Anyway, the tag, the summer reading tag. Let's get going. The first one is, what 3 books do you want to read this summer? So I've got here 3 books that I want to read this summer. Here they are. The first one is one that was sent to me by the publisher today that I'm very, very excited about. It's called The Bone Sparrow by Zana Fraylon, and it is about refugees. Subi is a refugee, born in an immigration detention centre after his mother fled the violence of a distant homeland. Life behind the fences is all he has ever known. But the world of his imagination is far bigger than that. The night sea brings him gifts, the faraway whales sing to him, and the birds tell their story. The most vivid of all is the most vivid story of all is in the form of Jimmy, a scruffy, impatient girl who appears one night from the other side of the wires. Subi and Jimmy both find a way to freedom as their tales unfold, but not until each of them has been braver than ever before. So this is a children's book about refugees, which I think is a really, really important book, and is desperately needed at this time. Obviously, there's a huge thing in the news with refugees at the moment, and when the publishers contacted me and asked me if they wanted me to send it, I was like, yes, I definitely want to be sent this, and I'm looking forward to reading this and seeing how it's done for children. But yeah, and also if you buy this book, they donate a book to the refugee camp library. As I got sent this from the publishers, that didn't happen to me, but I will be going on to Book Aid and donating to send them a book to the library. The next book that I want to read is another proof copy. This is a lovely floppy proof copy. The Lesser Bohemians by Emma McBride. I've never read any Emma McBride. I have A Girl is a Half-Formed Thing, which I haven't read before, but this is her new one, which is out in September. I want to get this read over the summer so I can talk about it and be the envy of all my friends talking about a book that hasn't come out yet. None of my friends would care about that. An 18-year-old Irish girl arrives in London to study drama and falls violently in love with an older actor. The older man has a disturbing past that the young girl is unprepared for. The young girl has a troubling past of her own. This is her story and their story. And this is written like, I've never read anything by Emma McBride, and it's written like, I'm looking through here, there's not many paragraphs, it's all sort of like a stream of consciousness, which previously hasn't really been my thing, but I haven't read it for a long, long time, and she's supposed to be wonderful, so I'm really, really willing to give it a try. And I also think that front cover is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it is so beautiful. This is just a proof as well, and look how beautiful it is. So very, very good. And finally, one of the third book that I'm looking forward to reading this over Christmas summer, which is, I keep saying Christmas, I'm delirious for Christmas. For summer, that the lovely Aoife from Fred Weasley Died Laughing sent me. She had 2 copies of this, and she's an absolute darling. I will link her channel below. She's wonderful. And she sent me this copy, which is just the cutest, lovely thing of her. So Mallory Blackman, again, there's 2 children's books in here, is a children's author, and she wrote a series that I really, really enjoy called Noughts and Grosses, which I've read a few years ago now. Really, really enjoyed it. I'm actually keen to read it again. and this is her recent book. Now, I don't actually know anything about it, just that I enjoyed Naughts and Crosses so much I was keen to read this. It's absolutely massive. Olivia and her twin brother Aidan are heading alone back to Earth following the virus that completely wiped out the rest of their crew and their family. Nathan is part of a community heading into the opposite direction, but on their journey Nathan's ship is attacked and most of the community killed, only a few survive. Their lives unexpectedly collide. Nathan and V are instantly attracted to each other deeply, head over heels like nothing has ever experienced. But not everyone is pleased, and surrounded by rumours, deception, even murder. Is it possible to live out happily ever after? Interesting. So yeah, those are 3 books that I'm looking forward to reading this summer. The next question is, which character do you think embodies summer? So this is like a character with a sunny disposition, niceness, happiness, etc. So Amy hit the nail on the head when she said Augie from Wonder. He is just an absolute ray of sunshine, that boy. But I have gone for somebody else because I can't pick that one, unfortunately, because Amy had already got there. So I'm picking a book, a character that I recently read about, and her name is Cassandra, and it's Cassandra from I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. So Cassandra is absolutely so funny. I really enjoyed reading Cassandra's character, and I will go into more details in my wrap-up because I read this in the month of June, but she is just such a sweetie. Very, very, like, and the things she said, I was reading them and I was like, oh, you bloody lovely thing. Like, the things she says just filled me with joy. So one of the things is that she's talking about an evening that she spent with a couple of American chaps that I think she's got a bit of the hots for. And she said, we climbed the ridges and then Rose and I took hands and ran down the smooth slope, faster and faster, so that I thought we should fall. All the time we were running, I felt extremely frightened, but I enjoyed it. The whole evening was like that. And she's just like, just full of lovely things like that. What else? She says really cute things like, noble deeds and hot baths are the best cures for depression. Just like really sweet things that I would associate with a sunny disposition. So I'll pick Cassandra from I Capture the Castle by Dodie Smith. Brilliant book. Number 3 is, which book do you associate with the physicality of summer? And the first thing I thought about, and normally I've got Harry Potter answer for every single question, so lucky we're into question 3, and we've only just got to the Harry Potter answers. That's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix by J.K. Rowling, and I remember this is the really, really hot summer at the beginning where Harry's lying in bushes trying to listen to the news to find out what's going on with Sirius and things like that. And it just, the way it talks about summer is how I see summer. Like, I'm going to read it. I'm reading loads today. We're having a nice little read session. The hottest day of the summer so far was drawing to a close, and a drowsy silence lay over the large square houses of Privet Drive. Cars that were usually gleaming stood dusty in their dryers, and lawns that were once emerald green lay parched and yellowing, for the use of hosepipes had been banned due to drought. Deprived of their usual car washing and lawn mowing pursuits, the inhabitants of Privet Drive had retreated into the shade of their cool houses, windows thrown wide open in the hope of tempting in a non-existent breeze. Exactly. And that's how I see summer, just hot and stifling, basically. So that is always the book I think about when I think about summer. There's another book that I can't think about when they talk about hot weather, but I've been racking my brains and I cannot think what it is. Number 4 is, what kind of books do you like to read on holiday? And look at me, I've written it all down in pink and purple pen. Any books that hold memories to certain places. So when I'm on holiday, I've got 2 types of books that I like to read. I like to read, so in the summer, I like to read like big beefy books, like investment books. So like The Goldfinch, which is a massive book by Donna Tartt, which is really enjoyable. Gone with the Wind, I read over the summer, by Margaret Mitchell. That's very enjoyable. My friend Emma's got a wonderful story of when she went to Ibiza. She lived in Ibiza for a summer and she took Gone with the Wind and just read it all summer. That sounds like a lovely time. Maybe not for me in Ibiza. I don't know how well I'd cope in Ibiza. So I like to read like big books, like investment pieces. The Luminaries is something I keep looking at and I'm thinking, oh, maybe I'll tackle that this summer. David and I aren't actually going on a holiday this summer. More on that later. But we've got a few days off and like it'll be nice to have a nice sit down and just do some reading. I also like reading thrillers. I read Girl on the Train during the summer. Just a nice page turner, basically, something that's not going to be too taxing on the old brain box in this hot weather. So hard. And yeah, so like thrillers, basically. So I've got a few memories of books that I've read in certain places with regards to holidays. So one of the first ones is that when I used to go on holiday with my parents, I used to always take Babysitters Club books. So that you can get like the Babysitters Club books, which was about a group of American teenagers who used to babysit, and they did like special ones. So the normal books were like the ones that were decorated with the house on the front, and they were probably about 150 pages, but they did like mystery specials, and that were like proper novels, like 300 pages. I'm probably over. Oh, do you make me drink? Oh, you know, a lovely thing. Cheers, everyone. It's too hot. Oh God, that's lovely. What is that? Fizzy apple. Thapple. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so you used to be able to get like specials of them that were like mysteries that were like 300 pages, and that was really, really exciting if you got that, like Stacey in the Haunted House. Ooh. And I remember taking those away on holiday with me and like going and finding a nice quiet spot, because I was a bit of a reclusive child and used to ride away on my bike and go and just find somewhere to go and read by myself, which I used to love doing, which was very exciting. Also, a book that I read last year that I didn't particularly love, and it was okay, and weirdly it doesn't really have much to do with British summertime, is the book Lorelei by Laura Dockrill. Myself, David and my friends Ryan, Amy, Alex and Kate went to stay in Wales on the Pembrokeshire coast, which was beautiful, and I took that book with me. That's set in a sort of like rainy, drizzly Hastings, but I really enjoyed reading that at the beach, and every time I see that book, and I've actually given my copy away now, but every time I see that book in shops and things, I remember the beautiful blue skies and how gorgeous it was on that beach and how much of a lovely time we were all having together. So that's always a nice thing to be reminded of. Number 5 is, if you could go on holiday with any authors, who would you go with and where, and what would you want to know? What do you think the answer is?
Oh, Stephen King.
Stephen King. Me and Steve wouldn't get on.
You and Big Steve.
J.K. Rowling is obviously one. Any questions that's like, what author would you go for dinner with? What author would you have at a dinner party? What author would you go on holiday with? It's always going to be J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, I want to know everything. And I wouldn't mind going to Edinburgh. She knows Edinburgh quite well, and that would be quite nice. It's a bit cooler up there for me. I mean, have I mentioned that I don't really like the heat in the summer? It's a bit cooler up there. That's nice. Also Bath, I like Bath. Is it hot down Bath? I bet it's hot in Bath.
Centre Parks.
Centre Parks. Do you think me and J.K. Rowling go and have a lovely holiday in Centre
Spa
Parks?
day.
Oh, J.K. Rowling and me having a lovely spa day talking about Harry.
Bit of badminton and squash.
Bit of badminton and squash. Yeah. Do you know what? I'd love to do that.
Segway.
Segway. Do you think me and J.K. would get on well on this?
Bauble making.
Bauble making. Yeah. That's not an advert for Centre Parks. I don't know what's going to convince you guys to get down there. Number 6. What is your book of the year so far? Oh God, I haven't got this prepared. Can I be bothered? No, it's too hot. My book of the year, my favourite book that I've read this year has been The Vegetarian by Han Kang. I will link my review down below because that just says everything I want to say about it. It was just wonderful, strange, brilliantly written, not too long, gripping in a really strange way, but very very tranquil and throughout very just unlike anything I'd read before. Really, really enjoyed it. However, closely to rival that, I didn't enjoy it as much as The Vegetarian, but I recently read The Sunlight Pilgrims by Jenny Fagan, which was an incredible book set in a really, really cold winter, which I could really do with reading right now, about 2 sort of families that come together and move to a caravan park in north of Scotland during a really sub-zero winter, and just brilliant character development, wonderful use of language, just really, really loved it. Wasn't as good as The Vegetarian, but a definite competitor. I've just lost it. Competitor, and I'll be going over more of that and my wrap up at the end of the month. So now to question 7 and 8, which are the non-bookish parts of the things. I quite like. Oh, David, are you making a little t-shirt chair so you don't get sweaty on the chair?
Yeah.
My heart. So the first question is, how did you spend your summer holidays as a child? I spent my summer holidays as a child. We used to go on camping holidays in France, originally in a tent, and then we upgraded to a caravan. And we used to go to these places like Eurocamp. It's a very European thing. Eurocamp, Eurosites, things like that, and then they'd be like driving holidays basically. Drive down to France, spend 2 weeks there, smash it in the swimming pool every day with my sister, make her go down the flumes first because I was frightened, even though she's younger than me. Just do loads of reading. I honestly used to do loads of reading when I was younger as well. I used to take 14 books on holiday with me, sleep in really hot, sweaty caravans. We used to have a lovely time, go a bit of canoeing, sit indoors for most of the time because even then I didn't like the hot. And then when I'm not quite sure how old we were, but my mum and dad eventually bought a place in France, and then from then on, summer holidays were there. So there wasn't really much around there, not much in the way of activities. But again, I used to go out and just do lots of reading. I remember revising for some exams. It might have been GCSEs, it might have been A levels. Maybe it was A levels. Might be GCSEs, I don't know, it's been going on quite a long time. They've had that place quite a long time. And yeah, so that was nice, and we just used to do a lot of eating cheese and things like that. So it's been a very France-based summer holiday grow-up time. So question 8 is, what are your plans this summer? So as I mentioned earlier, David and I don't have any hollybobs planned this year. We've been away to Ireland for 4 nights for a wedding and to see some friends, and we've been on a quick weekend to Edinburgh, a very quick weekend, one night instead, in fact. But the big thing this year is that we're saving and things like that, so no holidays, but we are going on 2 holidays next year, so that's exciting. But we do have 2 days off next week, one of which we're going to go for a nice picnic, aren't we? We're going to go picnicking. Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a book, you're going to take a book?
Yeah.
Going to take a blanket, going to take...
Some nice food.
Lots of lovely bits. Mm-hmm. Maybe bowls?
Yeah, and badminton.
And we're just going to find a nice tree, sit under there all day and just have a lovely time, aren't we? And just chill. So that's going to be one day next week. And then the other day we're going to a wildlife park. David's very into penguins. And we're going to go and visit the penguins at a local wildlife park, so we're going to do that. So that's 2 nice days we've got planned next week. We're also going to an open air cinema when my friends come to visit. I've got my good friend from my good friend from university, Dolores, and her husband, because they're married now. They're coming to visit, and we're going to an open air cinema, aren't we? Yeah. Which will be nice to watch Star Wars.
Whoa!
Star Wars. And we're also going to go to Whitstable, which is an amazing, beautiful seaside town nearby us, so that's very exciting. And also, Great British Bake Off's back, so that is a big part of my summer, because that must be back soon. I haven't seen an advert for it yet, I'm concerned.
No. Any day now.
Any day now, we're waiting. And mainly, I just expect I'll be spending quite a lot of time moaning about the heat and wishing it was autumn, or even better, wishing it was Christmas. So that was my summer reading tag. Sorry if I kept going on about the heat. How many times do you think I went on about the heat?
6.
I think it was more than 6. Sorry, guys. This was a wonderful tag. I very much enjoyed doing it, so thank you very much, Amy. It's nice to do a bit of, like, talk about some books and to talk about yourself sometimes. Maybe it's just me that enjoys talking about myself. So that was the summer reading tag. I would like to please tag Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, Jen from Jen Campbell, and why not go for the triple J, Joce from Squibblesreads. So that's Jean from Jean's Bookish Thoughts, Jen Campbell from Jen Campbell, and Joce from Squibblesreads. And I will see you all again soon with another BookTube video. Bye!